Hi guys, Sanbonani, it's Zamile Hlongwana here. I don't know why I feel the need to mention my surname as well. It's Zamile. Yeah, no one calls me Zamile Hlongwana, it's Zamile. And welcome to our second episode. And yeah, thank you for joining me again. I really appreciate your loyalty. And by the way, today I'm featuring my flowers. I decided to buy myself flowers today, just to lighten up things, and also because I love flowers, but I never receive flowers. So I decided, oh, let me just get myself flowers because sometimes you just keep waiting for things, and you wait until you're 50, then you're 90, then you're 100, and then people give you flowers when you're dead. So let me just get myself flowers whilst still in the existential area. So yeah, that's the first one. And then my second, by the way, if you look closely, I cut my hair and I dyed my hair. Well, I think so. I did. My goal was to, to like a bright color. So I went there and I was like, I want that color, and then they dyed my hair. But literally, there's nothing. Like, I'm sure there's nothing you see. There's no. It's just black, but it's supposed to be purple. So yeah. So I dyed my hair for the first time again. Oh, my second first. I'm on fire. So yeah, I was supposed to I dyed my hair, but I guess it didn't work out. So maybe I'm just gonna go ahead and chiscob like I'm used to. But anyways, okay. So today, we are going to. Okay, let me not introduce it. Let me just get to the point. So today I was going to do my shopping, my grocery shopping. So I requested Bolt, and so I requested, and then the guy accepted my request, and then he called me, and then he says, "Hi, Sissy, I'm there," and then he tells me his location, and he's like, "Can I?" But there's a friend of mine. His car just broke down, so I need to take him somewhere to fix his car. But I want to take him, and then I'll drive by you and pick you up, and then we'll go drop him off, and then I'll go and drop you where you're going. And I was like, what? You know. Then he's like, no, it's around the same area, and to be honest, part of me was like, I mean, it's nothing. He just wants to drop off his friend. But then, I don't know, something in me said, no, just tell him to cancel, and you can request another person. So I was trying to convince, he's like, no, and then I was like, let me just rather, it's fine, please, I'll just request another person. Honestly speaking, I did feel bad a bit because I was like, oh, I mean, his friend is in need. But then I thought, one, in this climate now in South Africa, there's so much that goes on, how women find themselves in danger. And I'm thinking, what if these two guys overpower me? I mean, even maybe him alone could overpower me, but if there's two of them, it's like this. So there was that. I was like, oh no, I can't. And then also I was like, but I'm paying for the service. I'm paying for this. So if I'm paying for it, then come on. But I had a moment of, that moment you have, and I'm going to speak as a woman because that's my point of reference because I'm a woman, where you feel difficult. You feel like you're being difficult, for standing up for yourself, for saying no, for basically, yeah, for going against what is being proposed, for standing your ground. It usually comes with a lot of, oh, she's being difficult. I mean, it's nothing. Why you understand? So like it happens a lot. It happens a lot. And I think today for me, it was like an epiphany when I was like, oh, wow. So this is how it feels like to say no and stand your ground. And I had to go against that feeling of being difficult. And it really got me thinking, of like how, as a young woman, I find myself in instances, especially as an outspoken person, I find myself in instances where I know that someone will think I'm being difficult, which then leads to me uh, muting myself, or how can I put this? And not allowing myself to speak up my mind to the extent that I want to, or to voice my thoughts the way that I want to, because I'm like, okay, let me try to be polite, because I have to be polite, because by being polite, it means I'm going to be accepted, it means I'm going to be loved. So rather, let me choose that route, and so that I can be loved. And which is which I think, as you grow, and I think, I mean, most of us there's an aspect, of womanhood, that when we grow up, we are being shown, and that is, at times directly and indirectly, like drilled, in our lives, in our heads, in how we see the world. And I remember I was watching, there's this show I like, Igronish. I watch Igronish, and I remember, I think it was season 2. There was a case of they were talking about basically consensual sex. They were talking about rape and all those things. And one of the characters said something, and she said there's someone she knows who had sex with a guy, but she didn't want to. Like, she was okay with the making out and everything, but she didn't want to actually have sex. But because she was scared that the guy's gonna think she's being difficult. I mean, they're already there. Why not proceed? So she had sex with him, which then so like there was a debate around it, in terms of, but how was the guy supposed to know if she didn't want to, and all those things. And I mean, cases like that, they are like extreme cases, but it starts very small. It starts in our day-to-day conversations, interactions. Sometimes especially with the opposite sex. It starts, there. You let people get away with things because you don't want to be difficult. You don't want people to think, she's like that, really. She thinks she's all that, and I don't know. I really feel like the world deserves people who are okay with, speaking their minds, who stand their ground, because I think that's also where you get to experience life fully. You get to experience life based on your own terms, because when you get to a point of just being the person that says yes, okay, fine, okay, in a way you're living your life based on other people's terms. You're doing it because you need to please people. You're doing it because you want to be likable. And I think it's as women as well, there's this thing we have about wanting to be liked, and it always comes at a cost of us sacrificing some part of who we are, because in a way, who we really are and who people want us to be, are not the same. So now we in a way, we find ourselves sacrificing our true selves, yeah, man. So like today really got me thinking. I was like, oh wow, it felt really good. I don't want to lie, it felt really good. I was like, fine, I understand his story, I understand his case. I mean, it's his friend, he's in need, but now the thing is, this is me, this is what I want. I mean, I requested because I need to get to where I want to go. So if he then has to go and pick up his friend, then rather let me just take another person, but also it doesn't even happen as, for me, as like, it doesn't happen to women alone, because I don't want this to feel like, no, it's only women who go through this. I mean, I know that it also happens to men, to anyone, to every person. Now and again it happens where you find yourself allowing things to happen to you, to be said to you, because it's even the things that people say to you sometimes that you just you brush off. We allow such things because we want to be at peace with people, because we don't want to be difficult, because we want to be known as the polite type. And I personally know that I am the biggest, I don't want to say people pleaser. I do. That also is there, but that's a topic for another day. But I do find myself wanting to be polite in such a way that anytime I do something, different from my politeness, or the politeness that I'm known for, I feel bad. Like I have to sit down and think about it and be like, oh my God, should I apologize? Should I say something funny so that they can laugh and so that they can see that we're still cool? Oh God, it's a very it's very crippling, like slowly but surely it's crippling. So yeah, and I think now I'm at I'm at the point where I am allowing myself to speak out more and to say no. I mean, I do speak out, but I realize that when I speak out about things, I speak out about things, things that are out there. And when it comes to things about me, I'm very allowing, like things, you know, in the closest proximity. I'm very allowing. And so now I'm working on that. I'm working on saying, I can't just be that woman that says, women speak out, women power, stand your ground. But then on the other hand, I don't stand my ground and I just let people walk all over me. So I think now I'm at that point. I don't think I know. Now I'm at that point where I'm very intentional. I'm intentional and I'm very conscious about the things that I allow in my space and even the conversations that I choose to be part of, because I think it also gets to that, even the things that I choose to engage, or engage on, So now I'm just on that journey where even if it's like one thing, even if it's a no, because another thing that I know I do, and I'm sure other people do it, is when I say no, then I feel the need to explain. Because I'm like, okay, if I explain, maybe they'll be okay. If I just say no, or I don't have it, or I can't, I feel like, oh my God, there's going to be those conclusions. But then now I'm just teaching myself to say, I don't have it, I can't, no, and not explain it. Because the moment you start explaining or teaching people that when you say no or when you are against what they think or what they want, then you have to explain yourself. Then you just create another layer or another route or another branch of how people perceive you. Then now you always have to explain yourself. No, it's because So I'm slowly teaching myself that say no and not explain it, and like really stand my ground, and not in theory but in practicality. If I don't like something, I speak out about it. If someone says something and it's offending me, I speak out about it. So yeah, man. I just thought I'd share that. I'll share this, and maybe it will help someone also to introspect, and also I think not even maybe introspect, even as a human being, maybe it would also help you when someone says no to you or when someone opposes you. It's not because they're being difficult, it's because that's what they believe in, because it's who they are, and it's because you're not entitled to their yeses, if that makes sense, or they don't owe you. Yeah, they don't owe you any yeses and any politeness. I mean, respect is something else, but when politeness is being forced into you just because it has to please the other person and inconvenience you, then it's not good. So yeah, that's it for the day, and I hope I made sense. But I'd also like you guys to please share your stories, or the moments when you realize, oh my God, I just changed the script. Because I think those are the important moments where you're like, oh wow, I flipped the script. I surprised myself. I shocked myself. So please share your stories and your thoughts. And you can add, please engage. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. But I'm sure you've all subscribed, but no, please don't forget to subscribe and like and click the notification bell. And yeah, I'll see you next time and we'll engage on the comments. Thank you very much. Bye.